Holly Warner, owner and executive chef at Avanti Restaurant. Welcome to the show today. We have a wonderful breakfast show today. We're going to be doing pancakes and bacon and fresh fruit, and my wonderful husband Mac has a great recipe for an omelet. So get your pen and paper. Thank you to our sponsors, and we'll be right back with more Holly's House. For the first recipe that we're going to be doing today, we're going to be making Papa's pancakes, and it's on page 11 of my cookbook. Or if you don't have one of my cookbooks, this is what you will need. Half a stick of butter melted, 1 egg, 1 cup of flour, half a cup of powdered sugar, 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 2/3 of a cup of milk. And then you'll mix those all together, and we have a griddle back here that we're going to cook the pancakes on. But first, what we're going to do is get our bacon started. Now, when we do our family breakfast, we usually cook a lot of bacon, and the way that we have found that we really like to cook the bacon is in the oven. Now, Mac, why don't you show?
Okay. What I'll do is I'll take the bacon, and it really doesn't matter what type of bacon. Depending on how long your cooking time is, the thinner, or how much time you have to cook, the thinner the better. Normal sliced bacon is going to take about 15 minutes to cook in the oven. Turn the oven on, preheat to 375. And you notice I put tin foil here because it makes a nice cleanup.
And it's on the rack,
it's on a rack,
so it's not sitting in its own grease. So it comes out really crisp and
doesn't shrink as much.
Oh, it's just
very crisp.
And you can cook a lot of it at once. We're cooking a little bit today, but.
So we will
here, I'll put that in the oven.
Go ahead and put it in the oven. Oven's already heated up.
Okay, and then y'all start on the pancakes.
Okay, we'll start on the pancakes. I have a one thing you'll definitely need with the pancakes is a mixer, and I have mine right here. That's my mixer. Actually, and you don't need an actual mix master or anything like that to do.
Here, you want to roll?
Thank you.
Mac and Kelsey always make the pancakes. I do everything else.
Is that your favorite?
Everything else.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get 1 egg in here.
Okay.
Go ahead and start that a little bit.
You want the recipe?
Oh, I think I know it right here.
You've made it enough time. And you know, after you try the recipe for these pancakes, and after you eat them, you will never ever want to buy mix again. They are so unbelievably good, and they're just as easy as a mix, don't you think, Mac? You have everything in the house.
This will be 1 cup of flour, 1 egg, and 2 things make this actually easy. 3 things make this better than a normal pancake. First of all, there's no oil in it. In other words, no salad oil.
There's
butter.
There's butter.
And so the butter takes place of the oil, which is melted. And let me put it in there.
Anything with real butter is good.
And you do a little bit of baking soda. And most of the pancake, just are easy right now. Most of the pancake mixes say use sugar. Well, what we use is a powdered sugar, which makes a fluffier sweetness.
Lighter texture.
Right.
And it also is not as sweet. And if you put real sugar in there, it would be a little grainier, I think, too.
2/3 cups of milk.
Okay.
Now let me do a little bit of that.
Mix that up a little bit.
And then here's the baking powder.
Yeah, the baking powder. And then why don't you mix that up in 1 egg.
By that time it'll be about ready. 1 egg's already in it.
And then, okay, we're going to finish mixing this up a little bit, and then we'll be right back, and we'll start putting them on the griddle, and Mac's going to do the omelet. We'll be right back with more Holly's House right after this. Holly's House. Today we're making our wonderful family breakfast, homemade Papa's pancakes and omelets and bacon and fresh fruit. And we're cooking our bacon in the oven, and Mac and Kelsey are finishing mixing up the pancake batter, and I'm going to get ready and start flipping pancakes in just a minute. But you know what, Mac? I think let me check the bacon, and I'm going to flip
who
the
is
bacon.
Papa, by the way?
We have lots of Papas in this family. Papa's my father, but it was my grandfather, my mother's father, where we got the recipe from. Okay, see, the bacon's cooking, and I'm just going to flip it over and let it continue cooking. And see, that's another thing about cooking it in the oven too, is you don't have to stand over it and watch it for fear it's going to burn, and you can go on with your other.
Because it's a nice slow cook.
Yeah, and that's why it stays. I just love it in the oven.
And
Okay.
we basically got this mixed, and when you notice the batter, it's heavier than a normal batter, and
a little lumpier.
And a little lumpier.
Sorry.
But as you make them, what we want to do is to make about a 2.5 inch circle, not a very big one. And you'll also find that these rise a lot more than a normal pancake.
Well, a mix especially.
Yeah.
They're just delicious, and they're like nothing you've ever tasted. I promise. Okay, I'll start doing pancakes.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and get them there and let's see what they...
Okay, let me just move that. And you want to use a spoon or a soup ladle, you know, just because you want small. Let me try this first and see how that works. You want small pancakes.
Those ought to be good enough, yeah.
You think? Make sure your griddle's hot. That way they won't stick. We hope just so they won't stick. We hope they won't stick today. Like so. Or you could use a nonstick pan on your stove, whatever you like. Okay, I think these are going. And you know when a pancake is ready to turn is when it's all bubbly all over the top, okay? That they're not going to be perfect size, but
Be a good stuff.
well, I don't know, they look pretty good. Kelsey usually likes really big ones, but these taste better. And while our pancakes are cooking, we're going to take a short break, and then when we come back, we'll be flipping pancakes, and Mac is going to show you how to make a 1-egg omelet or 3-egg omelet and all these wonderful things in it. So let's take a break, and when we come back, we're going to start our omelets and flip some more pancakes. And we'll be right back with more Holly's House right after this. Hello, welcome back to Holly's House. We're flipping our pancakes, getting everything ready for our family breakfast. See how nice and light they are? They just rise up, really pretty.
I'm going to flip the bacon one more
You're
time,
going to
too.
turn the bacon? Okay, I've got one more to flip here. And then I usually make a couple of really small pancakes for Baby, our dog, because she loves pancakes too.
And Pika likes bacon.
Yeah, everybody. Cat likes the bacon. Uh-oh, guess what, Max?
I didn't spray back.
You didn't spray?
No,
oh.
that was not hot back there.
Oh.
But those three are
Oops.
Those three are hot.
Okay, these are ready. Okay, now Mac is going to make his wonderful omelet. And usually, well, you can tell him because
Okay.
it's
Normally, if you
omelet.
go to a restaurant, you'll find that it's a 3-egg omelet. And a lot of people maybe don't want that much food. But what I'm going to do is I'll start out with one 3-egg omelet. And what I will put in it is tomatoes, cheese, onions, and cilantro.
Serrano.
Serrano,
pepper.
sorry. Serrano.
Cilantro's an herb.
Yes. And of course you can mix anything. You can go ahead and put celery in if you wanted to, or slices of ham, bacon. You can just put a slice in there. So you can make anything you want in it, or even some salsa. So we'll start out with a 3-egger. No, I'll do it. You stir them.
Okay.
One. You stir them. I want to try to get most of the egg in the container.
You never know around
go ahead and
here.
stir. That's for the 1-egg omelet.
I'm going to make a couple more.
And I put just a little bit of water in, and that makes the egg lighter and fluffier. And go ahead and season with salt and pepper. Got it all stirred up?
Nope.
Nope.
I think it very eats for me.
What about,
Okay.
you want to put a little water in there?
I did.
Oh, you did? I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That makes it real light
Okay,
and fluffy.
that should be good enough. It's already a hot skillet pan. Hopefully not too hot.
Too hot.
No, that sounded perfect.
I don't do all
Now
that.
what I'll do is I'll circle this around here so it kind of builds up on the edge.
Ooh, that looks
If
pretty.
your pan is too hot and the egg cooks too fast, well, you don't want that. You should cook eggs nice and slow. But you can see how much more water there is, or egg there is with those 3. Now we can go ahead and put tomatoes in first because they take a little bit longer to cook. Some cheese. I gotta make enough for here to make 2.
Also, if you wanted, we like the veggies in raw and crisp and wonderful. If you wanted to, you could first saute your vegetables. If you wanted a softer taste, you could saute your veggies first, but we like them crunchy and
And I try to
strong.
cook this a little bit slow because it'll also cook up the tomatoes
veggies.
somewhat too.
Aren't they pretty? Look at all the pretty colors.
You can leave it like this for a
Yeah,
while,
tilt the camera.
and while this is happening, I just let this sit for while I'm cooking. That's about as much as I can
Without the omelet
without it
running
going.
out, yeah. Okay,
Can
the
you go ahead and
bacon-
crack the last egg in there, and we'll do one after that, and just put that egg there. And what I like to do is cook it enough just to brown the egg on the bottom. And if it's too hot, it's going to get brown too fast, and then the cheese and ingredients will not heat up. Now this, you might not be able to see very well, but what I'm doing is I'm flipping the whole thing over. Kind of make it into a little pocket. And I fold all ends over. Hold it down there for a second and it'll stay there by itself. Now I can hold it up for you so you can see what it looks like. So it's all folded in. And I just let it cook for a little bit. I don't flip it over any more than that. You got the 1 egg in there? And while this is cooking, I can go ahead and prepare the next omelet. The one thing with this omelet is that it's only 1 omelet at a time. So if you have a lot of people over, it's going to take 1 or 2 cookings to do this. Now let's see what we got here.
That's when you have your omelet station.
Alrighty. And I'm going to go ahead and put this omelet right in here. It should slice out, and I turn it over so the folded side is down. And hopefully I won't. There we go.
Okay, bacon's done.
Nice and brown. The bacon is there.
Look how, isn't that just beautiful? Perfect, perfect.
And notice the bacon's nice and flat, straight. Just put it on paper towel to take any of the extra
Look at that, it's
grease.
just wonderful. Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to do a real quick one. I'm going to go ahead and do the single omelet.
I forgot
We've
about
got
my
that stirred up.
pancakes.
Not very much egg, just 1 little bitty egg. But just spread it around so it covers everything nice. And notice it, and with this one, there's almost no egg left. That's where you want to keep this down low.
That's our diet omelet.
Tomatoes, cheese, onions, and any little hot stuff you would like to have in it.
All right, the serranos are real hot. I'm gonna get another plate for the pancakes. Well,
Now let's see how this works here. And notice how quick this can fry up here. Let's see if I can get this to flip over now. And it doesn't stick. Doesn't matter if it rips because you can just flip it over there. And you see there's 1/2 side.
wow, that's pretty light.
Yeah. You like this too?
No, I like the pancakes.
Oh, that's what you're waiting
You
for, the
want the
pancakes.
pancakes, Kels.
Okay.
You need another plate, don't you, dear?
Yes, ma'am. And
Wow.
what I'm normally doing is this, I'll take about 4 or 5 plates, put it in the oven so the plates are nice and warm, and keep rotating them out of the oven. And as the omelet gets finished, because they're all individual original omelets, that's when the people come and get them. So I can just make one, boom, and by the time they're all made, everybody's sitting at the table with a nice hot omelet. Let me have that other one.
Voila.
Okay.
I'm gonna cook a few more pancakes.
The syrup, some people just take the syrup out of the container, just put it on the table. I like to have the syrup heated up, and if you use
Real maple syrup.
real maple syrup, what you'll
Oops.
find is you'll actually use less syrup, and it also tastes
A
better.
lot better.
A lot better.
Okay,
So
I got it.
there's a 3 egg. Here's a 1 egg, which makes just a perfect
Okay,
size.
let's put the plate out there, the real pretty one out there, so everybody can see it. And put some syrup on the pancakes, and why don't you let
Okay.
Kelsey
You want to try it, Kelsey?
have a taste, and let's see how
Okay.
they turn
Move
out.
that over there so we don't make too much of a mess. Here, come on over here.
There we go. Okay, let me get you a
This
fork.
is that. And you don't even have to put butter on the pancakes because it's in the recipe. We'll get you a
Or
fork.
you can if you want, but here you go.
Here, I'll cut up for you.
I think, did that go out? No,
Maybe.
it's
There you
still.
go.
Okay. Is it good?
And the watermelon, you like that too, don't you?
That's a nice, beautiful, easy homemade breakfast. It's fun to make with your family. A lot healthier for you with
Nom nom.
the fresh ingredients out of the pancakes instead of a mix. So we still have more pancakes here. So I'm going to cook some more.
We're
Huh?
also a big breakfast eater.
Yeah, we
you know,
eat-
I remember going to this one person's house and they said, "Well, would you like pancakes, bacon, or eggs?" And I said, "Yes."
Yes.
I like all. You know? And this is about what happens every time when Kelsey gets up. We're playing around, and all at once she goes, "Well,"
Pancake time.
or biscuits or something. But
Yeah.
we always make something in this version.
For a Sunday brunch. So that's really wonderful, nice, and it's very pretty on the plate too. And like I said, we always save the ugly pancakes for the dogs. So I hope y'all enjoyed the show today. We're going to stay around and cook a little bit more, make some pancakes for the rest of the crew, and we'll see you next time on Holly's House. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great week. Thank you. Bye-bye.